Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. It's Alexander Hilly123 here, and it's time for a new video. And as you can see from the title, today it's time for Football Manager 2006, running on Windows 10. This time last week, I did a video on Football Manager 2005. Today is 2006, and one day next week it's going to be 2007. Just a one-off video. Each of these three incredible games, just reminding people that they're now playable on Windows 10. They haven't been properly for the last 6 years or so, but now there's a fix. If you want to know the technicalities of how I'm actually playing this, or any of the old classic Football Manager games on Windows 10, watch my Football Manager 2005 video. I'll link it in the drop-down box, and follow the steps. Listen carefully on how to do it and what I mention in the video. Don't do it without watching that video first, because there's a few important pointers. I can't be speaking about it in this video because I want this to be quicker and I want it to just be about the game. I just want to show off the game more so than talk about the technicalities. But yeah, watch 2005 video that I'll link to you guys in this one, and follow the steps, and you should be able to play Football Manager 2005, 6 or 7 as well. Now the thing is, this time last week 2006 wasn't working, so I uninstalled the game. But not only did I uninstall the game, I uninstalled every single folder. So then when I reinstalled it, there were new items in the folders, and I was like, I think this might be it. I think I messed around with the folders a long time ago, accidentally kind of broken it, and yeah, now FMO6 is working, and I'm absolutely delighted because FMO6 is my favourite of the three. I don't know why, there's just something about it. I've actually kept it on the chameleon skin here. This skin, in my opinion, is the best skin that there's ever been on a Football Manager game. By default, you get, as you can see here, coloured stats, coloured attributes in yellow. Even the default metallic 2006 skin doesn't have that in it. It's pretty bizarre as to why the default skin doesn't have something so useful, but these were older times, and yeah, everything's just yellow. I still love the metallic 2006 skin. It's just a darker version of the metallic 2005 skin, but it looks a bit better. But for the purpose of this video, I'll keep it on metallic 2006. But there's also one called Cappuccino, which is absolutely disgusting in my opinion. But it's pretty cool that back then they gave us so many options. But yeah, like I said, nothing about the technicalities in this video. Let's just have a quick look around the leagues. This is what I did in 2005. Looking at Spain, Italy, Germany, France and England. And then we'll just call it quits with the video. Racing, Cadiz and Alaves got relegated. Real Madrid won the league, Valencia second, Barcelona third, Deportivo struggling so much these days, of course, finishing fourth, with Diego Tristan scoring 21 goals. Valencia, David Villa banging in the goals. It's like I said in the 2005 video, ladies and gentlemen, I could be here for a long time, but I'd like this to be quicker than 20 minutes, so I'll try not to. Barcelona with a very young Lionel Messi, look at that. No facial hair there, ladies and gentlemen. Samuel Eto'o, they ended up buying Vincenzo Iaquinta as well. Forgot that Mark van Bommel went to Barcelona. Very, very fascinating. That's Bilbao not doing so well. Sevilla in 11th, Betis in 7th, and I always remember this guy for his standards. He's not had a great season. He's amazing on this game usually. Yeah, Real Betis, they usually get about top 4 or 5 on this game. But very interesting goings on in Spain. The Galacticos on FM 2005, they usually struggle. This game, they certainly haven't. It's been a real team effort with Beckham, Raul, Robinho, Ronaldo scoring shitloads of goals. The Spanish Cup, let's have a quick look at what happened. Oh, Betis did end up beating Real Madrid in the final, and Isco, that is the current Watford manager, ladies and gentlemen, if you can believe it. Man, there's just something about 2006 that I prefer to 2005 and 7. Something that I can't quite put my finger on. But as we move to Italy, we can see Juventus win the Serie A. This is the season where they got relegated for the corruption, ladies and gentlemen. Livorno, Fiorentina and Treviso get relegated. Bloody Fiorentina getting relegated. Oh my lord. I mean, Montalivo, Bojinov, Fiore. Yeah, I remember this guy. Some good names there. Sebastian Frey as well, legendary goalkeeper. He was only 26 in 2006. What? That's the thing. Luca Toni as well up front. Some of the names, some of the ages, it's like players are either much older or younger than you remember, and it's really surprising. really baffling, but nothing too surprising, at least as I can tell. Roma in a very respectable third. Just have a look at some of those names, ladies and gentlemen. They bought Eddie Johnson. I think he went to Sunderland in real life, and bloody awful. Milan in fourth. Look at that. Christian Vieri went to AC Milan after Inter. Bet a lot of people forgot about that. But the Inter fans didn't know, but there they are in second. With Anelka, they bought Anelka. They've got Adriano, they've got Martins up front. Luis Figo. My lord, look at some of the names there, ladies and gentlemen. Still not enough to win the league, though, and the Italian Cup, which is over 2 legs, of course, was, oh my lord, look at that, won by Sampdoria. After a 3-1 initial first leg defeat, they hammered into 4-0 in the second leg. So, well, remember this guy's name. Finished 12th in Serie A, but ended up winning the Italian Cup. You'll love to see it. And the first German division, the Bundesliga, Schalke won it with only 1 defeat. Absolute domination there from Schalke. Who was bagging in the goals? It was Kevin Kurani and Gerald Asamoah. Schalke used to have some good teams back in the day. This guy was unbelievable. I don't know how good he was in real life. Fabian Ernst, that's a name I remember. Also, Lincoln, 27. Goodness gracious. Just moved to Europe in his mid-20s. And Mainz, Duisburg and Wolfsburg. Wolfsburg got relegated. That is another shock. Andreas D'Alessandro, very good technical player. Steve Marley, I remember him at Fulham back in there. But yeah, Kevin Hoffland as well. Surprised they got relegated, ladies and gentlemen. Bayern Munich in second. Roy Mackay, Claudio Pizarro, Michael Ballack. This is the last season of Ballack at Bayern Munich in real life. But he never goes to Chelsea in this game. He always signs the contract and stays. There's Lucio, man, he would rather get his head kicked in than let a goal in. Unbelievable. Leverkusen in 5th, Werder Bremen in 4th. Stuttgart in a respectable 3rd. Very small squad there. Sami Khedira. Stats not that good on this game. He's only 19 though. They probably didn't realise how good he would become. Amazing. Dortmund in 11th, a few years before Klopp came to save the day. Thomas Rositzky was always great in these games. Delran Buckley, he had that one amazing season, didn't he? Yeah, an 04-05. I can't remember if that was a real move that he made to Dortmund. But the German Cup, let's have a look at that. Won by Bayern Munich over 1860 Munich. Guessing that's a rivalry. They both play at Allianz Arena. Well, at least they did in 2005, 2006. I didn't exactly know that. But yeah, Bayern Munich do win the German Cup. Some respectability there. Sebastian Deisler, he was only 26 in 2006. He's another one of those players that never seemed to age for some reason. Anyway, up to France we go. And Marseille have won the title. They did on FM 2005. And they stopped that Lyon dominance. And I had a look, because I mentioned this in the 2005 video. 1993, they got done for corruption. And Paris said, no, we don't want to take that title. Thus, no one ended up winning it. Interesting. As for the relegation here, Le Mans, I'm guessing that's pronounced Troyes or Troyes, and Sochaux, is it? Don't know if I pronounce so many of these names in France. Jaccio. Yeah. I know how to pronounce all the others, pretty damn easy, but yeah, Monaco in 2nd, Lyon in 3rd, Paris before that money came in 7th, ladies and gentlemen, Lille in 13th, with young Steven Pienaar on loan from Ajax. Steven Pienaar has always looked like he's been in his 40s. By the way, guys, I don't know if you can see the full screen. I realised that by default it was cutting off the right side of the screen, so you couldn't see the physical attributes. You know, you might be missing a bit of the left side of the screen. It's best to miss the left than the right, trust me. It's a bit of a pain in the arse. It's just OBS being troublesome for me, capturing this in full screen mode. And there's Fred, one of the best strikers on this game. Just moved to Lyon for 10 million. It's probably going to cost you 20 million plus to get him. And there's Juninho Pernambucano. Remember him? Probably the 2nd best free kick taker on game after David Beckham. But the goings on in France. Did we even look at the French Cup? I'm waffling that much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm bloody forgetting. Rennes. John Utaka. He ended up playing for Portsmouth. I remember him. Not a bad player on the game, actually. Interesting, you see. Love that. Didn't realise he played for Rennes. but he did. And he scored a bloody goal. Oh, there's the Championship. Wasn't expecting to show that off. But Southampton, Crystal Palace and Sheffield United will be in the 06-07 season. I remember Sheffield United were in the Premier League that season, but I don't think Southampton and Palace were. I think Watford were. And maybe Stoke got promoted that season. Maybe Wolves. Reading did. Anyway, England and Chelsea win the Premier League. Arsenal second, Liverpool third, Manchester United fourth. Getting relegated, West Ham, Sunderland, West Brom. I think West Brom and Sunderland did that particular season, but I know West Ham certainly didn't. My God, look at the lack of goals that they scored. Only 22, and I think this is the year before Tevez and Mascherano went to West Ham. Unbelievable. But yeah, Chelsea, total dominance, FM 05, 6 and 7. They're the best team in England. And Jesus H. Christ, Hernan Crespo scored 31 goals across all competitions. They loaned him out the season before to AC Milan. He'd scored goals wherever he went. And I think the season after this, he actually left Chelsea. Never a massive success there. But yeah, look at the wingers. Duff, Wright Phillips, Robben, Joe Cole, Young, Diarra, Makelele, Lampard, Terry Hoof. The spine of that team's so good. Such a hard team to play against indeed. Look at Arsenal here, still in second. Oh, they bought Carlos Tevez. Not many other signings I can see there though. Some incredible players, but the defence is a little bit lacking, and you could possibly see where the decline was coming from. Arsene Wenger did say that the move to the Emirates Stadium essentially, stopped Arsenal from being at the top table of football because they couldn't pay the bloody stadium off. And yeah, some great players here still. Arsenal did well to finish second and run Chelsea pretty damn close, but they've not won the league. Liverpool in third. Morientes up front. He didn't do that well in real life for Liverpool, I don't think. Came to the country a little bit too late, I think. But Djibril Cissé, 27 goals. Never as good in real life, but he suffered 2 horror broken legs. How unlucky can this man get? He had a bit of quality, Cissé. If he'd never got those broken legs, he would have had a much better career. Very unfortunate. Liverpool getting Stanley Tunchai to the club, $5.5 million. That's a good deal. And the midfield, really, Gerrard, Alonso, Sissoko on this game. There's an interesting balance of world-class players here and players who have no right being at a club of this size. But, I think this was the year they won the FA Cup against West Ham, that incredible FA Cup, in the year after the Champions League. So, interesting stuff. Cinema Pongole, he was always good on these games. And Manchester United in fourth. We'll just have a look at the top 4 quickly. Ruud van Nistelrooy arguably doing better than he did in his first couple of seasons at the club. Absolutely blasting in goals. Finishing fourth though, bit of a disappointment for them. Rooney, Ronaldo, Fletcher. You've got a new bunch of kids coming through. Obviously going to be wonder kids and amazing to take the club forward. But then you've got the golden oldies as well. It's an interesting balance. Ferguson tweaks the formula. They could well get back to the top, but look at this, ladies and gentlemen. On this particular database, John Obi Mikel goes to United and not Chelsea. If you play the 6.3 version, he's obviously at Chelsea already. On this, he comes to United in January 2006. Absolutely fascinating goings on. I think you'll agree. Let's have a quick butchers at the League Cup. Won by Chelsea 4-1 against Arsenal. I have a slight feeling they're going to win the FA Cup. It's hard to stop their dominance. Oh my lord, they can't even lose a penalty shootout. Winning on penalties against Liverpool there. Surely they can't do the quad. I bet Real Madrid beat them 2-1 in final. Oh, 3-2 in the final. And will you look at that? Ashley Cole. This was the year that Arsenal lost to Barcelona with Jens Lehmann getting sent off very early on. Here, Ashley Cole gets sent off very early on. Real Madrid end the game, essentially. But then 2 last-minute goals from Jose Reyes, RIP, and Robert Pires. Hey, that rhymes. Nearly getting them back into it, incredibly. Not quite. And what about the UEFA Cup? I think Newcastle were in it. They were. Won by Juventus. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. Ladies and gentlemen, look at those stats. I think they're the best stats I've ever seen on Football Manager. But yeah, absolutely fascinating. This is still replayable. Absolutely fantastic. And I've got to say as well, like I said, my favourite Football Manager skin ever, the Chameleon one. And this was the last FM game without real regens. This is the last game where essentially when a player retires, they will come back under a different name for a different club. After this, there were real regens, and we'll talk about that next week when I look at FM or 7. It's a shame because I've got such a lack of depth. I've only put medium depth on, so it won't let me click into the match engine. But if you look at this button here at the top right, it zooms in. Look at that. It zooms in. This skin was so damn underrated, and people loved the flex skin from 07, but why people didn't love this skin as much, I don't know. But thanks for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Hope that was a trip down memory lane for some of you guys. Absolutely loving these old FM games being playable on Windows 10, and I'll see you next week for the last one, FM 07. Bye-bye.